Dear students, today we will discuss General Elective Human Rights. The topic for today is UDHR 1948, that is Universal Declaration of Human Rights 1948. This Universal Declaration of Human Rights is the cornerstone of modern day human rights within the framework of United Nations. The General Assembly of United Nations adopted and proclaimed it in December 1948. It contains different social, cultural, and legal rights for the citizens. Let us have a look on those articles from up to Article Asset. The third one is right to life, liberty and security of person. Life, liberty and security of person. Next, slavery is prohibited. No slavery system. These rights are related to the dignity and freedom of human life. Next, the Article 5 says, no one shall be subjected to torture or cruel or inhuman or degrading punishment. No, any type of punishment, even to a convict, has to be in accordance with the dignity of human life. The dignity of human life cannot be compromised. Next, right to recognition before law. The law has to recognize each and every citizen. And equality before law. The Article 7, equality before law. Law will not discriminate between citizens and will recognize every citizen equally. Next is right to effective legal remedy. As law is not discriminating citizens, everybody has the right to effective legal remedy. Next is protection from arbitrary arrest, detention or exile. No one can be subject to arbitrary arrest or detention. Arrest and detention must have some sound charges against. The person must be levied sound charges with certain proofs. Only then the court of law will issue arrest of warrant for the person to be arrested or detained in police custody. The Article 10 under the UDHR is right to fair and public hearing before the law. Every accused has the right for a fair the development of telecommunication has invaded our life's privacy. Everybody is scared whether to use this app or not, and under these contexts, this right to privacy is very important, even in way back in 1948. Article 13 is about freedom of movement, which includes local and international growth. Everybody has the right to move within the nation and even beyond the nation. That is, he can have a foreign tour if he requires, and can choose to decide anywhere in the country or even in a foreign country. Article 14 is about right to seek asylum in other countries. In case of any political disturbance, a person can seek asylum in other countries. The Article 15, right to nationality. Everybody has the right for nationality for any particular country. He can choose, he can even change his nationality if he so desires. Article 16 is a social right. Right is right to marry and found a family. This is a basic right which UDHR gives. Article 17 is right to own property. Everybody has the right to own property, which is very essential for the development of modern day capitalist economies. Article 18 is about right to freedom of thought and religion. This is again a socio-cultural right. Everybody has freedom to believe in any thought of his choice and pursue the rituals related to any particular religion. Article 19 says about right to freedom of expression and opinion. This is very essential for the development of human personality. Everybody have right to create his own opinion. A human being may be opinionated and have the right to express his opinion freely. That ensures the freedom of press as well. Next, Article 20. To strengthen ourselves, we feel like getting together in form of any association, whether a trade association or a social association. This UDHR allows us to do that. Article 22 is right to social security. This social security is essential. It gives it makes the responsibility of the state to protect the welfare of its citizens. In form of old age pension or unemployment allowance, etc. Article 23 is right to work, protection from protection from unemployment. Right to work and protection from unemployment. If a person has the ability and willingness to work, it is a responsibility of the state, of the government, to provide him opportunity to work. Nobody should remain unemployment due to lack of opportunity of working. Next one is right to rest, leisure and paid holidays. Rest and access to scientific advancement, to enjoy community cultural life. We all have the right to have a cultural life in a community. We stay in a community, and the culture we can enjoy in our society only. Therefore, we have the right to enjoy, to perform the rituals of as per the tradition in our particular community. Next is Article 28, right to a free social and international order conducive to this declaration, which means up to Article 27, the human rights which have been described up to Article 27, to work them in true sense, there must have to be a proper social and international order. So the social and international order must be in accordance, in conducive for these rights. They should not be in confrontation with those rights. They should not limit those rights. All these rights and freedoms to be exercised in consonance with the law of the land and principles of United Nations. The Article 29 says that the law of land will be such which ensures free exercise of all these human rights, and the principles of United Nations must be in accordance with these human rights. They should not be in contradiction. There should not be any conflict between the principles of United Nations and those basic human rights. The concluding article, that is Article 30, says that all these rights and freedom must not be interpreted as to engaged in or aimed at destruction of rights and freedoms set forth herein, which means that these rights and freedoms should not be interpretation. The interpretation of these rights and freedoms is within the hands of judiciary. The law interprets rights of citizens. Should never be in a way which will contradict the basic spirit of these forms. They will be interpreted in that spirit, in that background, which this UDHR proclaims. Many of these rights mentioned in UDHR are prevailing have been adopted by different democratic nations in their constitution and in other legislatures. All those modern democratic nations are based for their constitutional rights and all other freedoms which they provide to their citizens for on this UDHR. That makes it a very historical document. That is all for UDHR 1948. Stay safe, stay healthy.